afternoon. It's what was it now? 2:30 on Wednesday 29th of September. Just off out on a short afternoon stroll to up from Wylye village, up Wylye Down, up onto the Monarchs Way, and then down that for a short while, up into Stockton Woods, and back down to Stockton village, and back along the back road from Stockton to Wylye. Not sure how many miles it is, probably about 7 or 8, something like that. Anyway, chat soon. This is approaching Wylye Down Nature Reserve. Famous for its anthills. So throughout here, the grass is quite long at the moment, so they're not quite as prominent as they would normally be, perhaps in the winter. But dotted around are various mounds that you might think are molehills, but they're actually ant hills, where ants have obviously laid nests. But it's a beautiful little quiet spot around here, and right up there, I don't know if you can see, you often get the red kites flying around, hovering. Seeing if they can catch anything. Quite spectacular. Truly stunning, peaceful around here. There's an old well. Still actually got the wheel. I've no idea if it works. You can't actually see anything much inside it, but it's capped off. But presumably, still got the pump wheel, so one would assume you still must be able to get some water out of it. And we're heading off around the corner, up into those trees in the distance. Slightly blown out my arse now, I've come up that hill, but that's the whole point of this nice little workout. And the views down onto Wylye Down. And now we're heading off up there, this track, short little, tiny little bit in the woods, and then out onto Monarchs Way. We're now coming out onto Monarchs Way, and then in the distance you've got views down to Pheasants, and ultimately the ridges above sort of Swallow Cliff and Antsteep, and then way over in the distance of Tisbury Way. This particular part of the byway, droveway, is concrete, and that's because in the distance you've got the woods at the top of Dinton Hill, and during World War II the Americans had a ammunition dump up there, and in order to get their trucks up there they built this concrete road, because the main, or the proper road from Wylye up to the top of Dinton Hill is very steep, and presumably their trucks wouldn't make it back then. So instead they built this concrete road. Glad to get off that concrete road, it's hard work on the feet. Now, still on the Monarchs Way, I'm sort of going to head slightly downhill a bit towards sort of general direction of Chilmark, sort of Fonthilly direction. The farmer's very kindly mown all this, so it's looks like a motorway for walkers. Right, I'm now coming off the Monarchs Way. That carries on towards where the Pheasants are, through the gateway. But instead, I'm going to take the bridleway that takes me up towards Stockton Woods. So just stopping for a quick coffee. You know me, can't go far without a coffee. This is normally quite a nice peaceful spot, but I don't know if you can hear in the background the A303. We got a bit of a northwesterly wind today, so it's blowing the traffic noise this direction, because normally this spot is lovely and peaceful. Sometimes the military like to make a bit of noise as well around here. So we're now going to walk out the light into the darkness, up through this sort of covered walkway. Bit of a climb up towards the A303. We're now coming up to the 303. It's Wednesday afternoon, so hopefully it won't be too busy. Sometimes it takes you ages to cross. So they're just coming up a dual carriageway there, so they're going a fair old rate of knots. The map definitely says there's a path through here, but bugger if I can find it. Well, either somebody else has made the same mistake as me, or this might be the path. But anyway, it's heading in the general direction I need to go, so we'll follow it for a while, see how we get on. Well, I'm pretty damn sure that wasn't a path, but the good news is, this is. Right up ahead, there's a pheasant, but I also think there's a Muntjack Deer. Don't know if you're going to be able to see it. It's got its head down at the moment. I'm fairly certain it's a Muntjack. Here we go, put her head up. quite nice seeing that little muntjack. You don't see so many of them around. So I don't know what my footage is going to be like, but hopefully, certainly put my teeth back in. Certainly the first time I've ever managed to film one, so yeah, that was good. And we're now starting to drop down back into the Wylye Valley. Up ahead, you've got the military badge cut into the chalk by the soldiers during the First World War. Well, between Codford and Deptford, that is, but nice crisp clear day now. Now dropping down into the village of Stockton. Okay, I'm coming back in towards Wylye now. The end of the walk. It's about 5:30. Not quite sure how far this walk was. It's going to be between 8 and 9 miles. I'll have to check when I get back home. But yeah, a nice little leg stretcher for a Wednesday afternoon when there was a little bit of sunshine, albeit there's a bracing wind that takes the edge off the temperature, but that's no bad thing with how sweaty I get anyway. But yeah, quite enjoyable walk.